Hi, this is Lexus Bill, host of Drive Time on Joy 99.7 FM. Listen, you don't have to worry if you miss Drive Time or Personality Profile. It's going to be live on our podcast page. Just log on to www.myjoyonline.com/podcast. You can listen to Drive Time, Personality Profile, and any other of your favorite shows on Joy FM on that page. You don't have to miss a show at all. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners. All right, so time to get into the newspapers.
Yes. But can I say hello to all our people? Because you said hello already. Hello, people. Good morning. Welcome to September. Aren't we excited? The year is almost Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah. Well, September, October, November, December, whatever. Anyways.
Okay. So let's get on. I mean, I can see you're really excited.
I'm just happy September. This morning, and I'm the one who's doing the daily graphic. Hey. Yeah. I've been elevated.
Your birth month or something?
No, my birthday was last month. Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, I can have 2 birthdays. I don't mind. I really don't mind if it means you're gonna buy me cake. But yeah, the silence means no. Israel is not buying cake.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Yesterday, I went to buy groceries, right? And I was negotiating with a woman that, you see, we Ghanaians, when we buy, you won't be able to relate. When we buy groceries, you know, if you have like a connect, you know, grocery shopping is a connect. Do you even get no idea? So I was negotiating that, you know, okay, I'm going to pay half, and then I'll come and pay half today because the money that I had, I didn't want to spend all. And the guy who I buy stuff from them once, he was like, oh, but you, pa, Israel said if we need money, we should come to you, and you're coming here to come in and credit your. I was like, look, Israel, you can't cause problems for me in my life. Oh. Please, I'm mourning.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it. Yeah, and it's true. If you need money, just hook up.
Very funny. And join me on the credit line. And good morning to Kobe and Auntie Maggie, my grocery suppliers. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll start. So I'll start with the Ghanaian Times here.
Okay, it's 6:33.
Okay.
It's okay. Let's make it 6:34.
All right. So in the Ghanaian Times, the front page, Ghana bags $103.4 million from World Bank to reverse 3 million hectares of degraded land. Second dose of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccination begins slowly in Accra. NIB begins investigations into importation of rosewood. And let's get into it. On page 3, self-styled prophetess, Okada operator arrested over murder of boy 13. And there's a photograph of him here in the paper. Painter graph allegedly defiling 6-year-old girl. Police investigate alleged butchering of woman suicide by husband. And Menji SHS accountant embezzles 21,229 Ghana cedis. Park urges punitive action. In Africa news, insecurity looms in DR Congo. Tanzania opposition leader in court to face terrorism charges. Taliban special forces take over Kabul airport after U.S. troops pull out from Afghanistan. So that's the story you have on page 6 of the Ghanaian Times. Except when you read the story itself, it's about a drone strike that killed up to 10 members of one family. So I think there's a mistake somewhere there. Energy Minister inaugurates board of 3 agencies. NIB begins investigations into importation of rosewood. So that story is on page 7. Then we go to page 10. We'll face criminals squarely. That's DCOP Atebela. That's the Bunu East Regional Commander. 30-member delegation from Nigeria on GIS study tour. They're coming to start and study the Ghana Immigration Service. Then the story on the second dose of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccination beginning slowly. That's on page 15. Chief of Staff presents 14.4 million cedis to defray cost of surgery of conjoined twins. Appeals to Ghanaians to support doctors with prayers. So the president has made good on a promise to support the surgery with 14.4 million cedis. The story on Ghana getting the money from the World Bank is in the center spread of the Ghanaian Times. We're ready to host 2023 African Games, President Akufo-Addo assures, and he was saying this at the sought cutting for the construction of the sports complex to commence. Then on page 18, COVID-19 vaccination waste. Government begins proper disposal of materials nationwide. The Klebi Duga Health Center receives medical equipment. And page 23, Ghana's land administration started poorly. LSD chairman. On page 23. Then we go to page 24. Ghana Nuclear Power Program to generate $1.2 billion. That's Professor Nyako, who's the Director General of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. And government urged to budget for land restoration projects. Strengthening water safety laws to protect loss of lives. Police caution public against use of firearms at social gatherings. And I'm sure it's coming on the back of that event where, well, festival where a boy was killed, apparently on his birthday. Ghana records $874 million in investment in half year. That's the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. And then Ghana's construction industry ranks 6th most attractive. Yeah, because we have the cost of housing here, the houses that we sell here or we build here are really, really expensive. So I'm not surprised. South Africans, except, yeah, there are many houses that nobody's occupying. So yeah, that's true. Very high-end
houses and apartments that people just cannot afford. Yeah,
they can't afford. So yes, it's attractive, but I won't advise, really. South Africa's mass to sell 14 game stores in Ghana, other West and East African countries. And then Tarika originate partner to promote digital solutions. Oil edges up as US producers assess damage after Ida. And more than £38 billion spent on players in past decade. That's according to research.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting.
The players are expensive. Very, very expensive. Messi and all of them. And Ronaldo and all.
Ronaldo. Well, Ronaldo got sold for 15 mil.
Yeah, but before so they're looking at over the past.
Oh, but I'm just saying recently. I mean, Juventus to Man U.
Willian apologizes to fans after Arsenal exits. Nigeria coach.
They exit where? Where have they exited?
No, I think he's left Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, good move.
And Fatal Ashi joined Black Stars in camp for qualifiers. And Boydu Salifu grabbed top football awards. That's Accra football coach.
Oh, okay.
EC approves new club licensing regulations. Okay. Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association, so not Electoral Commission. Germany supports Ghana to fight COVID-19. And Usuta Jigbe residents march against Fulani cattle destroying farms. Right, I'm done.
Okay, 6 minutes, well done. I'm going to go into the Daily Graphic this morning. And on the front page, invasion of streets by child beggars. Are authorities helpless? This story, gosh, it's terrible. It's terrible in so many ways because there's obviously the concern for the children who are having to beg and not going to school. It's a menace if you're driving and you're in traffic. Woe betides you if you're driving and you're in traffic and you're eating something. Or your kids are eating something in the car. I mean, it's like, one of them will just call everybody else and say their children in the car who are eating, and they come and just like crowd around the windows, and then
so
your children,
because
then your kids start feeling bad, and stuff. So it's really multifaceted, but it's just not good on any level. And it makes me wonder that what are they going to grow up and become? What is the future for them?
Yeah.
And what are the implications, then for us? But anyways, that story is on the front page. The menace of street children in Accra is getting out of control. And the Department of Social Welfare under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection seems helpless. I completely agree, and something needs to be done. SNIDS pays 1.6 million Ghana cedis to invalid pensioners. Nana Otosrobo marks 50 years on the stool. Greater GCGL to help bridge the housing deficit. Okay, so that story in full on page 3. of the Daily Graphic. Our authorities helpless. South Africa, oh God. South Africa warns of a new COVID-19 variant.
Yep.
Gosh, this only gets worse, doesn't it? Okay, so genetic researchers who've been watching for new COVID-19 variants say they've seen a troubling new lineage that carries many of the same hallmarks as other strains, including alpha, beta, and gamma. The variant that they're watching is called C12. It has popped up across South Africa as well as in 7 other countries in Africa, Asia, and the Pacific. They're not sure whether its constellation of mutations will make it more dangerous, but it carries changes that have given other variants increased transmissibility and the ability to evade the immune system's response to some degree. So it has some scary stuff. And oh God, we're going to keep watching. Watching for this just when you think things are getting better, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the U.S. has completed their Afghanistan withdrawal. The final U.S. military flight has left the Afghan capital. The Pentagon has announced officially ending the United States' 20-year war in Afghanistan. So that's what's happening. We'll fight child marriage. Stakeholders in Salaga pledge. I thought that, okay, that story about authorities being helpless when it comes to child beggars continues there as well. Help build resilience of local communities. Security experts is urging the Peace Council. So drama unfolds at PAC sitting in Sunyani. Declare acting MMDCs illegitimate. Dafia Metbo is asking the Supreme Court for that. Grida GCGL to help bridge the housing deficit. And there's a photo report on page 23 of the Daily Graphic, which has very vivid images of the children who are begging by the streets. And a lot of times I actually wonder whether they're not going to stand in such a way that the car tires will pass on their feet, because they're always so close. So close. Methodist girls, Prempe SHS present global awards to the president. Congratulations to Methodist girls and Prempe SHS. They won awards in robotics and coding. So great stuff there. Probe Rosewood cartel. Jinapor charges the NIB. Don't cheat in WASI. GES Director General is cautioning candidates. Don't cheat in WASI. 3 teacher unions want incident-free WASI. Of course, we just want to be able to, write the exams and move on with life, not have any drama. That's WASI related. Okay, let's go to business. ADB Anglican Church to establish rubber plantation. Well, that sounds interesting. Have a rubber plantation. It takes you back to the movies of slaves and stuff where, they're working on plantations and stuff. Ghana requires dynamic HR managers. That's according to the employment minister. That story about Nana Otuo is on page 44, if you'd like to catch up with that. And sports, Otofista was philosophical rather than tactical. Now, when you hear the name Otofista, obviously we know he was a Ghanaian coach many years ago. But the first thing that comes to mind is the trousers, halfway down the back. The sagging trousers, isn't it? You really don't think of Otofista as a person.
So was he the one who started it, or we already had it and we just named it after him?
I have no idea how come Otofista is...
If he was the one who started it, it must have been such a bad influence on us.
Well, why don't you tell us? If you know, why don't you tell us on social media? We'll speak to Echo. Maybe we'll open the phone lines. Maybe you could call us and tell us, where did the whole Otofista term come from? How did it go from being the name of a coach to being, sagging trousers that are literally about to fall off? And tell me how many times you've been tempted, you've seen a guy wearing these trousers like halfway down his butt and you just want to rip it down. It's like, you might as well just take the trousers off. You know what I mean? So, well, you should let us know. Let us know. And where does Otofista come from? Not the person, not the coach, but the sagging trousers. President Kat sought for 2023 African Games complex at Botswana. And on the back page, Ministry of Health receives medical equipment from German government, and government releases 14.39 million Ghana cedis for the separation of conjoined twins. Now that story has been in the news for a few weeks now, and we're really just going to pray for you know, the surgeons and the doctors that are going to take care of these twins. This is the first kind of surgery that's happening in Ghana, and it means a lot for the lives of the children, their families, but it also means a lot for medical tourism as well. If we're able to pull that off, might be a really good source of income for the country and for our health sector.
Apparently, so the 14.3 million cedis is not so much about, a lot of it is to get equipment.
Yeah. And the good thing about the equipment is that it's not disposable. So then we actually have the equipment
get to
be
use
able,
the equipment for any other future surgeries.
So do you people should buy the equipment properly. Don't do your things. Don't do your things. We know you, please. Okay, I'm done with the daily.
Okay, so let's get to the Finder. And on the front page, $145 million Olympic Stadium commences. When I hear these sums, and I'm wondering, do we really have the money to actually afford that? We keep on, because the country is in a difficult situation. Okay, but the story is on page 8. The President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has called for the commencement of the construction of a $145 million state-of-the-art sporting facilities at Borteman for the hosting and organization of the 13th edition of the All-Africa Games slated for 2023. Okay. I hope we're going to get to finish that in good time. MPB commends delegates for successful conference. Development Bank will complement strengthening existing financial institutions. That's Professor Peter Quartey. And Ghana, right, let me move on. Ignore recruitment scam using my photo on social media. That's Lieutenant Colonel Apia, the commanding officer of the 66th Artillery Regiment at Ho in the Volta region. Lieutenant Colonel Edward Sapong Apia has warned the public against the activities of scammers using his photos on social media to dupe people under the pretext of recruiting them into the Ghana Armed Forces. Then, significant minority of Ghanaians optimistic about Akufo-Addo's performance in the next 4 years. And it's interesting the way they put it. They say, significant minority of Ghanaians optimistic about Akufo-Addo's performance in the next 4 years.
Which part of it is funny? The fact that minority is significant or minority?
But if you flip it, essentially means that majority of Ghanaians are not optimistic.
Yes, or a majority of the minority of the Ghanaians who are not optimistic are actually quite... It's an interesting twist.
Yeah, so a survey, but we have that coming up on AM Talk. We're going to be looking at that CDD survey, and so maybe let me just leave it here. But yeah, it's on page 5 of the Finder. The combination treatment reduces malaria by 70% among African children, and that story on the Olympic Stadium commencing is on in the center spread, and you have some other photos there that you can get to check out. And that'll be it for the Finder for you.
Okay, I'm going straight into the Daily Guide this morning. I'll work with you on Airbus, other cases, Attorney General to Special Prosecutor. So the Attorney General, Minister of Justice Godfrey Abadame, has assured the new Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabing, that he will not hesitate to collaborate with him in big corruption-related issues that are still unresolved. All right, 1.5 million more vaccines coming. Nana Kat Sod for $145 million new stadium. Government plans Rosewood truck seizure. Okay. Let's go into the Daily Guide now. Let's do some international stories, shall we? Page 5. Triumphant Taliban parades at Kabul airport after U.S. exit. Gunmen in Nigeria released school children that were abducted 3 months ago. South Africa is warning of a new variant. I told you about that. It's also in the Daily Graphic. And then let's just do like a mixture of things. 6 arrested for robbery, murder. 1.5 million more vaccines coming. Prempeh Manfi girls make Ghana proud. Also told you about that in the robotics and coding competition. Police saves kidnapper from death in Patase. Oh, that's interesting. The Ministry of Information is rallying support for media programs, and Tema shipyard workers go wild. Okay, now some entertainment news. And you remember Israel, I think it was 2 days ago, we're talking about Irene Logan and her interview, what she had said. Well, she spoke to Lexis as well. She also spoke on OKFM, and she revealed that she used to smoke a lot. She was smoking about 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and she added that she went deeper into smoking and has been able to give that up since she gave her life to Jesus. She also talks about other kinds of substances.
Abuse.
So yeah, substance abuse. I'm just trying to clarify because I've picked up bits and pieces from social media, but the Daily Guide doesn't say all of that. Anyways, and she's released her song More, which is a gospel song. So the story of redemption and salvation is always a beautiful one, you know, whichever angle you look at it from. Remember that you can give your life to Jesus too. This is evangelism here on the AM show this morning. God first, then make money. Majid, how do you pronounce this guy?
Majid Michel.
Yeah, Majid Michel preaches God first, then make money. R. Kelly trial. First male accuser testifies to sexual abuse. Achimota student wins Yvonne Nelson's glaucoma essay competition. And we love it when our kids are creative, aren't we? Increase gold royalties to 50%, that's mine workers. CocoBot pilots farmer pension scheme. Viva opens new. Well, how is this even news? Anyways, let me just move on. Schools record 687 post-COVID pregnancies. Now this story, which I did in the news, is very disturbing. If you missed the news, let me tell you about it. 687 girls in the Upper West region returned to school pregnant as of May 2021 when schools reopened. So this was after schools were shut down during COVID. So during COVID, during the shutdown and all of that, there was a lot of sexual activity going on. 687 post-COVID pregnancies in one region. And of course, in the news story that we brought, not all of these, you know, encounters were consensual. You know, and we did worry about it, the fact that our kids were going to be home and they were going to be a lot more vulnerable as well and bored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to try and fix it. The main issue with this is making sure that even though they're pregnant, they can get back into school.
So that's a good thing, the fact that they're back in school.
Yeah. So hopefully they're being supported, not being stigmatized and all of that. So man 45 defiles girl 6. And this is absolutely horrific. It happened in Sotom. Okay, let's do some sports. Okay, well, Fancy Gadam is also speaking. He says, I want to become the biggest artist from the north. I think he already is. I'm not sure who can compete with him on that level coming from that
Should
side
aspire to become the biggest
artist in Ghana, and then Africa, and then the world. Yeah. Okay, back page, just some quick sports. Tap into Azuma Bazooka expertise. Female coaches get Betway Up training. No infrastructure for Kotoko after 86 years. That's it for the Daily Guide. Okay,
let's go to the Daily Statesman, and they have the story of the sports complex taking off. And Ghanaians reaffirm confidence in Akufo-Addo's leadership. And so you see the way they put it. Ghanaians reaffirm confidence in Akufo-Addo's leadership. And they go on to say that majority of Ghanaians still have high hopes in the ability of the Akufo-Addo government to better their lot in the second term in office. And they say a whopping 45% of the population sampled expressed optimism that educational issues will be handled much better or better. But they also acknowledge the lows, that the government, however, scored low in the areas of reducing crime, fighting corruption in government, and promoting collaboration between the ruling and opposition parties. And let's move on to the other stories. Prempeh College wins World's RoboFest competition. Okay, that's excellent. And Ghana to receive $1.5 million of AstraZeneca from Germany. What else? KK Sapong, he says some rabble-rousing CSOs hired to destroy GMPC. Oh, really? And Ghana, Germany to improve testing of construction materials and chemicals. Okay, I'll go to the back page where Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester United. I'm back where I belong, and dedicates return to Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah. Okay. And Arsenal transfer news, Hector Bellerin set for Real Betis loan move. Okay, so that. All right.
Do you want to quickly do the business and financial?
Yeah, I should. So, on the front page, Bank of Ghana moves to localize card payment processing. Okay, that should be good. Okay, independence of DBG must be protected, as the experts, else it will fail. like the others. And IFS urges government to take charge of extractive sector. And then the main story here, cement to hit 60 cedis per bag if taxes levies are not reviewed. Ouch.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah.
Vaccination centers in nationality benefit from safe disposal of vaccine vials. All right. So, yeah, I think that'll be it for me for the Business and Financial Times.
Okie dokie. Should we go to myjoyonline.com and see what's happening online? Okay. Big story. Survey on Akufo-Addo's ability to protect the public purse, not influenced by propaganda. That's according to Dr. Asante, and we will have that conversation a little later on in the show. COVID-19, Ghana records 19 deaths in 2 days. Wow, that's a lot. 19 deaths in 2 days. Akufo-Addo hired another jet to the UK and Germany, which costs £14,000 per hour. Ablakwa alleges. I don't understand why the president just doesn't have his own jet, if that's the case.
He does have a jet.
So why would he hire a jet?
That's what people are wondering.
Doesn't make sense.
Well, they say that the jet we currently have is inadequate.
If you don't like it, trade it in. I mean, opportunity cost, right? Especially if it's not going to become a personal thing. If it's going to be like a presidential jet, so Air Force One or whatever, then invest in it, have a good one, and let's stop wasting money.
I agree.
Doesn't make sense. Anyways, more stories on myjoyonline.com. Suhum MP condemns free-for-all fight at funeral, calls for calm. National Cathedral Chief Imam only employing sophistry. His donation has nothing to do with peaceful coexistence. That's according to Haruna Atta. And 1 dead, 19 others, including a pregnant woman injured in car crash at Adesu. Okay, so more stories on My Joy Online. There's business, entertainment, sports, everything that you need to know. But Israel, why don't you tell us what's coming up in the show?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the conversation having to do with the internship. So yeah, we'll be joined by two gentlemen who are going to be telling us about that internship opportunity. And I'm encouraging you to get your friends to tune in as well, because, there are a lot of people who have become successful because they took up internship opportunities.
Yeah, like right now I'm an intern. I'm learning from you. So yes,
You're not an intern.
I'm such an intern.
But yeah, I mean, the
opportunities
are there. People should take advantage of that. But then on the AM talk, we're going to be having conversations about the CDD survey and what people have had to say about the current administration. We'll get into the details, and we'll have some analysts who are going to be speaking to us about that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good. Sounds like something you shouldn't miss. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the sports. And then, of course, we'll dive into our conversations. But remember, we'll also have showbiz at the end of the show. Some exciting news with IB. And we're also asking you, Otofista, how did it move from being a coach's name to being sagging trousers? If you have the answer to that, keep it for us. We will, at some point, engage on that. And let's find out. It's good to learn something new every day. Don't go anywhere. This is the AM Show.